Yes, in this video, I am going to explain concept of unit impulse function. The impulse function plays very important role in signals and system in signal analysis. The unit impulse function is also called as Dirac delta function or unit sample function. So now here the unit impulse function can be of two types. There are two types of unit impulse function that are continuous time unit impulse function and discrete time unit impulse function. So the continuous time unit impulse function is given by or defined as del of t is equal to 1 for t is equal to 0 and del of t is equal to 0 for t not equal to 0. So the unit impulse function exists only at time t is equal to 0. The unit impulse function exists at a time t is equal to 0. At a time t is equal to 0, the strength of the unit impulse function is 1 and the unit impulse function has 0 amplitude everywhere. Everywhere means that is t not equal to 0. So t is equal to plus 1 to plus infinity and t is equal to minus 1 to minus infinity. The strength of the impulse signal is 0. This is the graphical representation of the continuous time unit impulse signal. So the unit impulse signal present at time t is equal to 0. At time t is equal to 0, the strength of the signal is 1 and t not equal to 0. So t not equal to 0, t is equal to 1 to infinity, minus 1 to minus infinity, the strength of the signal is 0. And this is the continuous time unit impulse function. And second one is discrete time unit impulse function. So the discrete time unit impulse function or unit impulse sequence is represented by del of n and it is given by or defined as del of n is equal to 1 for n is equal to 0 and del of n is equal to 0 for n not equal to 0. And this is the graphical representation of the discrete time unit impulse function. So using the definition of the unit impulse sequence, the unit impulse sequence present at n is equal to 0. And this is n is equal to 0 and n not equal to 0. N is equal to 1, the strength of the signal is 0. N is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, the strength of the signal is 0 and so on up to plus infinity, the strength of the signal is 0. And negative values of n is equal to minus 1, the strength of the signal is 0, n is equal to minus 2, the strength of the signal is 0 and so on up to minus infinity. So the relation between unit impulse function and unit step function. So the unit impulse function is the derivative of the unit step function and integral of the unit impulse function is unit step function. Next, we are going to discuss about representation of unit impulse function or properties of the impulse function. And the first property of the impulse function is that is integral minus infinity to infinity x of t del of t is equal to x of 0. And the second property is integral minus infinity to infinity x of t del of t minus t naught dt is equal to x of t naught. So this is the shifting property of the delta function or the shifting property of the impulse function. And first prove that first property, that is integral minus infinity to infinity x of t del of t dt is equal to x of 0. So let us consider the product of continuous time signal with impulse signal, that is which is x of t into del of t. So let x of t is a continuous time signal. That continuous time signal present at time t is equal to 0. So the value of x of t at a time t is equal to 0 is x of 0. So that is x of t into del of t is equal to x of t into del of t is equal to x of 0 into del of t. x of t is a continuous time signal. This continuous time signal present at a time t is equal to 0, which is x of 0. So x of t del of t is equal to x of 0 del of t. So now integrating this equation on both sides, we get integral of LHS term is equal to integral of RHS term. So this RHS integral term can be rearranged as, so x of 0 is written before integration, that is equal x of 0 integral minus infinity to infinity del of t dt. So we know that the area under unit impulse function is 1. So that is integral minus infinity to infinity del of t dt is equal to 1. So using that concept, so this value equal to 1. This value is equal to 1. So x of 0 into 1, x of 0. So therefore integral minus infinity to infinity x of t del of t dt is equal to x of 0. That is the first statement proof. And the second statement. And the second statement is integral minus infinity to infinity x of t del of t minus t naught dt is equal to x of t naught. So similarly, here also we have to consider the product of the signal x of t with shifted impulse signal del of t minus t naught. So which is x of t into del of t minus t naught. Let the signal x of t is a continuous time signal. That signal present at time t is equal to t naught, and the value of continuous time signal x of t at t is equal to t naught is x of t naught. So now here the impulse function present only at time t is equal to t naught. So therefore x of t del of t minus t naught is equal to the signal x of t present at t is equal to t naught, which is x of t naught into del of t minus t naught. And now integrating this equation on both sides, we get integral of LHS term is equal to integral of the RHS term, that is integral minus infinity to infinity x of t del of t minus t naught dt is equal to integral minus infinity to infinity x of t naught del of t minus t naught dt. So in this RHS integral term, x of t naught is written before integration. So which is x of t naught into integral minus infinity to infinity del of t minus t naught dt. So we know that integral of del of t minus t naught dt is equal to 1. This is very important property. So using this condition, this value equal to 1. Therefore x of t naught into 1. X of t naught into 1 is x of t naught. Therefore integral minus infinity to infinity x of dt del of t minus t naught dt is equal to x of t naught. So these two are the shifting properties of the delta function or the impulse function. And this is the concept of the unit impulse function and its property.